Yeah! Ride 'em, cowboy. Internet, how's it? Today we're going to talk about westerns. Books I've read, books I hope to read, and while doing so, I'm going to design a tattoo. But first, let's have some coffee. So I've been on a little bit of a western kick lately. I started the year off reading from one of the classic western authors. I've been watching some new western shows. Yellowstone, of course, is a classic, newer version of a western. And I even watched The Good, the Bad, the Ugly.
Gratitude after all the times I've saved your life.
So western usually comes from taking place west of the Mississippi. Both western movies and novels started to gain popularity back in the 1940s through roughly the 1970s. But it does seem like there's a resurgence happening. So like I said, I started the year off with one of the classic western authors, Louis L'Amour, and his The Proving Trail. Now I'm not going to go out and say this was a great literary work. It's a short, compact story where a kid comes back to find that his father's been killed, but his dad left him a bunch of money, and now everyone wants it, including relatives he didn't know he had.
I am your father's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate.
What's that make us?
Absolutely nothing.
Another one that has always stuck with me that I read actually last year is No Country for Old Men by Cormac McCarthy. But one of the reasons why I really like this one is it's kind of like a modern take on westerns because it takes place in the 1980s. And if you haven't seen the movie, you're probably doing yourself a disservice, but the movie's the balls. The book's excellent. It's about this guy, Llewellyn Moss, who stumbles upon a drug deal gone bad, finds a bunch of money, but people know he now has that money. So what's he gonna do? And the bad guys send probably one of the worst villains in all of history with Anton Chigurh.
I don't have some way to put it. That's the way it is.
Now I'm going to share some of my TBR westerns, ones that I hope to get to either this year or, sometime in my life. The Son by Philip Meyer. This book is supposed to follow 3 generations where the son at the beginning actually gets captured by Comanches. And then as he grows up, I think he becomes like a marshal for Texas and then fights the Comanches. So that one sounds pretty cool. It can't be a western TBR without Lonesome Dove. This one is all over social media, Book Talk, BookTube, you name it, it's everywhere. And I guess it's for good reason. This book is supposed to be quite good. And because of that, I'm purposely not going to read anything into it, but I do know it's pretty long. And then kind of one that I haven't seen too much, but it probably piqued my interest the most, is Dragon Teeth by Michael Crichton. Yup, same guy that did Jurassic Park. And I guess it's like a historical fictional take on a real situation between these two guys that are dinosaur bone hunters out in the West. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm becoming a bigger fan than I've always been of westerns. They're sick, they're brutal but entertaining. You got gunslingers and cowboys. It's just like ordinary people back in the day trying to survive. And yeah, it doesn't seem like life was all that great. But anyway, thanks for sticking around this long. Oh yeah, and I think deep down I always really wanted to be a cowboy. Here's the final reveal. Remember, what's better than 1 cup of coffee? 2 cups. Peace.